Hi, welcome to my channel, Organized with Joy. I'm Joy and I want to inspire you to get organized. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a little upgrade in a couple of my cabinets where I have all these Lazy Susans. I just got some new Lazy Susans and also some other organization tools to share with you. And I just wanted to show you some before footage of what these spaces looked like before I tackled them. I'm going to start this process by removing everything from this first cabinet. As you can probably notice, this cabinet primarily houses our pills and supplements, but I want to take everything out so I can spray it down and give it a good clean, and then use my new organization products to get everything neatly organized.
Oh, if you trip, get up again.
Okay, now that I have all of this out, I thought I would talk about one of the things I'm doing. I have had a lot of these Lazy Susans for a really long time. Some of them are falling apart and they're stained, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of these. And I didn't like how they were all different sizes. I wanted them all to be uniform sized, so I got these and I ended up getting them at Walmart. I looked into the ones that's from the Container Store, the Home Edit line of Lazy Susans, and they were actually quite pricey. These were larger and less expensive than the Home Edit ones that I found at the Container Store, so I went ahead and went with these. I don't typically shop at Walmart, but this was a really good deal. So now I have just uniform Lazy Susans for these two cabinets that I'm working on. I am going to go through and get rid of anything that we no longer need or use. However, a lot of these supplements and pills belong to my husband, and he just takes a lot of supplements, so I'm going to just go ahead and get them organized on these new Lazy Susans. Next, I'm going to be working on this cabinet in the corner where I primarily keep items that I use to bake with, and also some of my spices, the spices that I use to just shake onto food versus measuring them out. I have a spice drawer with that type of spices. And here I'm just going to begin decanting all the items that were in this cabinet, and I'm using my embossing label maker to make labels for everything. I'm using these smaller mason jars to decant these baking items into, and I like to use these plastic lids versus the metal lids that they come with just because it's a whole lot easier to take them off and on. And I believe I got those from Amazon, but I think you can also find them at places like Target and Walmart.
I'm always home. We walk this road, it takes us home where love is true. We walk this road because we know it makes us new. No matter when, no matter what, I have a place to go. When you're by my side, I always know. When it's you and I'm always home. I'm always home. No matter when, no matter what, I have a place.
Okay, so next I'm gonna put all of these spices in these uniform spice jars, and I went ahead and made labels off camera because it can kind of take a long time to use this embossing label maker. It's kind of tedious. So I'll just go ahead and get these all in these jars so that everything looks uniform. Also, I did want to show you, this is where most of my spices are located. I have them in these jars that they don't have the shaker piece on the top because these are mostly spices that I cook with. It's just a lot easier to get into these jars to measure. I actually may make a cinnamon one for up there to have a shaker of that, because that is problematic sometimes when we want to shake cinnamon on things. But for the most part, the ones up in the cabinet are for shaking. Also, one other thing I will show you, I keep extra spices down here. This is kind of like my baking cabinet, but we buy a lot of spices like from Costco, and then we just keep them down here to refill them. So this is where I keep the extra spices. I did get these jars from Amazon, so I can link those, and it did come with this little funnel, but I found that the funnel was more difficult to use than just dumping it in. So I used it a couple of times, but then realized it was just a lot easier to just dump it directly into the jar.
Getting closer, closer, getting closer. You're so easy to love. Hey, you're just so easy to love. And I know when I look at you, you're sent from above. Hey, you're just so easy, easy, easy to love.
I did just want to give you a shot of what things looked like before I did this project. I thought it would be a good reminder to see what I was starting with and to see what it looked like in the end. And here is what this cabinet looked like in the end. I just love having all of the uniform Lazy Susans, and they're all the same size. Well, thank you for watching my video today. I hope it inspired you to get a space in your home organized. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!